Hey everybody, this is Foolish Mortal 42 back with some more World of Warcraft Classic Anniversary Burning Crusade pre-patch. That is a mouthful to say. So we are here in Orgrimmar, and I know I had said that I was going to go to Plaguelands and do some questing there, but I ended up getting into another Upper Blackrock Spire and ended up getting the Black Mist Arm Guards, which are really good. I lost a little bit of agility, but I gained some hit rating. So our hit rating is actually now not too bad. I mean, you kind of want to get at least minimum 6% to do like level 60 dungeons. For rating, you want to push it closer to 9%. But I think right now we're riding pretty good. I actually am not minding that at all. Um, we did finish on that run. I did egg collection. Um, Unfortunately, I had not gotten up here to talk to iTrig before we ended up going in there. So we're going to do that now so that when next time we go into Ubers, we can be ready to loot Ren's head. So, hello, iTrig. I bring news from Blackrock Spire. Ren, son of Blackhand, impotent chieftain of the Blackrock clan. A more stubborn bastard does not exist. At the end of the Second War, Rend and his brother Maim fled to find sanctuary within the mountainous stronghold of Blackrock. It was there that Rend declared himself war chief of the weakened Blackrock clan. There is only one war chief. Now, yes, you need not convince me of such things. The war chief and I have much history. Your dedication, however, is noted. As I was saying, Rand had found a new home for his people, and I was among those who would wearily follow. From one conflict arose others, countless others. It was in those battles for Blackrock Spire between the Blackrock clan and the Dark Iron Dwarves that my sons were both slain. It was then that I realized my time among the Blackrock clan had come to an end. What do you mean? I left. I would not remain with the Blackrock. No, the deaths of my children would not be in vain. I would not serve under an inept, power-hungry maniac such as Rend. I took shelter in the woods of Lordaeron, living as a hermit near Hearthglen. Hearthglen? Young one, the world has not always been in such disarray. It was a time before the Scourge had sacked the land, before those parts of Lordaeron were known as the Plaguelands. It was there that Thrall rescued me from death, and it was then that I joined the new Horde. But I digress. This is a story for another time. Yes, another time perhaps. I will take you up on that offer. I'm certain you will. Perhaps one day you could deliver a message to an old friend of mine. I hear he still wanders those woods. Eitrig bows his head for a moment as if in prayer. Yes, so Rend, yes. Rend and his brother Maim ruled the Spire in constant conflict with the Dark Iron Dwarves. They managed to displace the dwarves in the upper portion of the city, but only after the dragons came and only after the death of Maim. So that is how they pushed the Dark Iron to the lower parts of the Spire. Indeed, Nefarian, brood of Deathwing, rules the Spire now. Rend is under the command of the dragon. If only you could somehow manage to pass through the halls of ascension. Alas, only those deemed worthy by the Black Flight earn privilege to ascend. Perhaps there exists a way. Perhaps go now, young one. Seek counsel with the war chief. He will surely wish to know of your discovery.
Work complete.
All right. I can't remember. Did we get some? That actually wasn't a quest.
Welcome to Orgrimmar. Have you come to serve the Horde?
Yeah.
Loktar, friend.
Thrall appears dismayed by the news you bring.
Welcome to Orgrimmar.
Rend dares make such grand claims because of the protection he is afforded by the Black Flight. You, Bjorn, will find a way to pass through the halls of ascension. You will then find War Chief Rend Blackhand and you will destroy him for the Horde. The next time you return to my chambers, you will hold his head high in triumph, and then you shall present it to your war chief. Do this and be honored as a hero of the Horde. And we get a pretty good trinket, 180 armor, arcane resist, and dodge. Spell crit strike and crit rating. So any of these, well, these two would work for us pretty well. I am probably going to get the Mark of Tyranny and switch it out for the Strength of the High Chief if I'm tanking. But if I'm just like DPSing, you can switch those back and forth. All right, so now we are queued up. Hmm. All right, so now we're ready to do another Ubers if we need to. I would like to do it. I think it'll be pretty fun. The last one we did, we actually had a couple of level 58s, and it was me and a level 59, another Druid tank, and we basically tag teamed, and we did really, really good. So it was very, very smooth. Thorium band. Cat, please stop. She has been, well, so yesterday at work, because it's Sunday the 18th. So yesterday I did a 16-hour shift, so it took me forever to get home, and she was not very happy. She has been mad at me all day. Sold some ice cap and a few other things just for some silver. Oh, and my Time of Arcane Brilliance sold. Okay, that's pretty good. So we're slowly working our way up to 600 gold. And I'm kind of wanting to save my rune cloth to do the rune cloth turn in, so I can do one here, then I can do one in Undercity and one in, did I do the one in Thunderbluff? Oh, I may have already done two of them. Daggone it. But I don't think that there's one for Silver Moon City either. But anyway. All right. Let's go to um I mean, we could go over and finish the Fellwood stuff over in Winterspring since we're on this side. So I'm going to go do that. That is up here, and you just have to kill the Moontouch Beast. So there's some up north of the Winterfell, and then there's some down here in this thicket. But we'll probably go. I will see you guys. I I hate that step. I don't know why it's like that, but all right, I'll see you guys up there. Hold up. Alrighty, we're up here in Winterspring, just kind of north of um, Everlook, and we're just gonna kill some of these moon touched. Should not take long, and then we'll fly back to whoop. Oh, I don't know if I can handle that. Hope everybody is having a wonderful winter so far. It's been very cold here in Kentucky. It's supposed to be down in the single digits tomorrow. And of course I work tomorrow, so I get to hike in from the parking lot. That is something with Questy. I will turn on the quest completed. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I had not really ever got to play with, that I spent a little bit of time messing around with yesterday or earlier this morning, just kind of playing around with it. Stuff that I hadn't really. Oh no. There we go. That's what it is. These are just oh, that's for the group. Okay. And you can change that sound. That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, my add-ons I usually just kind of, just for like convenience and stuff like that. Whew. Nice. There's usually a bunch of moon touched in this little kind of secluded area. But it looks like somebody is back here hunting them. Yeah, already halfway there. Yeah, I would have liked. Well, I mean, we've still got 2 weeks, really, for, yeah, for Burning Crusade. So we could still get some stuff done. I know my guild is going to try a Zul'Gurub run. They did one last week, but I couldn't make it. But they're going to do another one on the 23rd, I think. And I tentatively signed up for it because it is a Friday. and I work Friday nights and Saturdays. But I think I should be okay to do that. As long as we go quickly. Yeah, it's not as crowded as up here as it has been. Last week, whenever I was up here trying to quest, it was you couldn't get a quest mob. Hmm. Unfortunate. All right, just gonna. Oh, there's one.
It's too far away.
Ooh. Then we're gonna have to wait like 15 minutes on the last one, probably. Yeah, I can say that these are not respawned yet. There's one. Wow, you came all the way over here? Wow, that's a long run, bud. There we go. Nice big finish there. All right, I will see you guys back at Blood Venom Post. All right, hold on. Okay, so while we're in flight, I wanted to kind of review things that we're going to be working toward pretty aggressively as soon as we get into Burning Crusade. So, one of the best, well, actually, it is probably in game things, is a reward from Cenarian Expedition when we get to Exalted, and that's the Earth Warden. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. It gives you 500 bonus armor, which of course is affected by our bear shape, and 39 stamina, which is pretty good. I mean, I would prefer like 40 agility, but anyway. 27 defense rating, which is okay. Expertise and attack power by 712 in cat, bear, dire bear, and moonkin forms. So that's going to make our maul hit harder. It's going to make our swipe hit harder. It's going to make everything just work better. And that is something that we're going to really work toward. So there's some quests in Hellfire Peninsula that will get us friendly. And then there's not really anything that we can get with friendly. In Honored, there is the Warden's Hubark, which is actually pretty good. Got a little bit of hit rating with 4 red sockets, some agility and stamina. You know, it's pretty good. It's not horrible. We may even pick this up. Attack power by 68 and 51 stamina. It's not horrible to tank with. With Revered, we get we could go with Strength of the Untamed. It's not a horrible item. And then that's what we have to get to be able to do Heroics and grind the rest of that way up to Exalted. Probably the best way to get Cenarian Expedition rep is to farm plant life there in Zangermarsh and get unidentified plant parts. And you can turn those in to get all the way to Honored, I believe, or get close to Honored. And then you can start doing like all the questing and stuff. And that'll get you a really good ways to Revered. So, all right. So that's 6 gold. And now he wants us to go and hunt 10 Berserk Albeast in Winterspring. So there are some Berserk ones there where we just were. No. Yeah, we'll keep it. We can always throw stuff in the auction house. So we can go back there. But there's a few down here too, but we'll probably go up here. They're pretty plentiful there.
So. For the Horde.
So that's kind of what I'm mostly going to be working toward. Let's see. Thrallmar, here we go. So Thrallmar is going to be probably our easiest one to level up because it's pretty much everything in Hellfire Peninsula. We can't use axes, even though that would be kind of handy. I don't. Somebody said that we can start using pole arms in Burning Crusade, but I cannot remember. But there's not a lot. There's not a lot for us. There are some PvP gear that you can buy from these vendors. Those wouldn't be horrible. I would definitely take those. And that's only at Revered. That's not hard to get. So you can get quite a bit of good gear. Yeah, I actually tanked with that shield for a while. That's pretty nice. That's like the improved carrot on a stick. Yeah, 45 stamina. That's nothing to sneeze at. Let's see. I think... Yeah, Shattered Sun Offensive, like that's kind of like right before... like that's the end of... yeah, that's the Assault on the Sunwell, all of that stuff, so... Shield. That's pretty good. I do need to look that up if druids. I honestly I don't think that they can though. But yeah, basically powering to Stenarian Expedition and getting that to Exalted so we can... I mean, you can't use it to level 70 anyway, so I mean we have plenty of time. But getting it well underway and just doing those heroic dungeons once we... I think we have to be at least 68. It doesn't, it never gets old, I'm telling you. I mean, that was almost half of his life with one shot. Ooh, oh yeah. So once you get to this part of the quest, you can pick up the blue feathered necklace. Take the blue feathered necklace to a Troll Failbane. And then that will open up another little quest.
I can't carry any more of those.
Uh-oh, got two on me. Oh, they're both berserkers. Excellent. You know, this should not take long at all. But of course, now the that warlock that was up here killing these moon touch, now they're back. Or oh, no, somebody else is back here. Yeah, our bleed, along with rake, our rip and rake, together does like 250 per tick. So it's worth like getting those stacks up and getting that on there or when you're out questing. Oh no. Yeah, I'm still kind of trying to decide if I want to do Boomkin as my off spec or go Resto. I think Resto would probably guarantee me more dungeon runs, but I've never healed as a druid, so I'm not for sure how that would work. I mean, I would still have to build up a set of healing gear, but you can do that incredibly quickly in Outland. Basically, anything that we loot that has plus healing on it, we'll just keep. Well, I just updated my add-ons just a few minutes ago. But everything's being updated pretty much like 2 or 3 times a day, trying to get everything kind of organized. Yeah. Because it's not they've changed enough of Burning Crusade that the old Burning Crusade add-ons, like they can't just turn back to an earlier version, which I think a lot of people don't understand that.
I'm out of range. I can't carry
Yeah,
anymore.
everybody's doing battlegrounds right now. It's Warsong Gulch weekend, because if you get enough honor and enough marks, you can basically just buy like PvP gear, and that PvP gear is as good as the like level 70 blues, and that's just what people do. I don't want to do that because I mean, I did enough of those to get my Don Julio's band, and that's really all I wanted to do. I don't find Battlegrounds all that really entertaining. I know a lot of people really like them. And actually, I'm really good friends with the guy that did arenas competitively. and won like some tournaments. So I know a lot of people really like those, but I just don't find that particularly enjoyable to me. But it's probably because I don't really know what I'm doing. um, I think probably my favorite one that I got into
I can't carry
back year in original was Eye of the Storm, which was kind of a combination of capture the flag and um, resource. It was capture the flag, and then you had to hold points. That one was really fun. But I was in a guild that that was our weekend thing. Like we didn't do other battlegrounds really, but we did Eye of the Storm like every Saturday evening for about 2 hours, and we actually got pretty good at it. So, but it that took a lot of like communication. You kind of really had to needed to know like what everybody else was doing, because if you were holding a point and then they're like, oh, let's go take this other one, and then everybody took off and nobody stayed back to defend, then you would just basically trade your control nodes. So, and then the whole time you had like a group that were trying to, bring a flag back to that, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of stuff going on. It was pretty straightforward. Where AV is also pretty straightforward, but nobody really plays AV the way it was really intended to be played. Because right now everybody just kind of um, exchanges ends basically, and nobody really PvPs. They just go and try and kill each other's commanders, and whoever has the best team or the most consolidated group of people in there, they're gonna win. So an AV sometimes only takes like 5 minutes because you get like a good solid group and everybody just kind of runs. I don't know why I came this way, but anyway. Sometimes there's herbs here. Um, but yeah, everybody just kind of exchanges ends of the battlefield, and you make a few captures along the way, but nobody really tries to do that like consistently. It's usually people that just have the quest to do that, and they only want to do it one time. So, all right, go away, Yeti. There we go.
Strength and honor.
Back to Blood Venom. So those are our factions. So that can be things that we can work toward. So yeah, your PvP stuff. Um, Two-handed axe we can't use. This wouldn't be horrible. This wouldn't be horrible either. There's no armor on it. Yeah, so Atlas, like, it really breaks everything down a lot. So you can get like your brutal gladiator stuff. That's from like arena ratings and stuff like that. Uh, but we'll go back to our dungeons and raids, and our normal Hellfire Ramparts. Um, Basically, these bracers of finesse are what we're going to be getting. out of there. Probably those. Shifting Sash of Midnight. We could load up on our healing in there. Yeah, it's got 180 armor on it. I mean, that's a really, really good ring we could pick up there. And that would be basically our starter staff, Ursul's Claw. Pick that up because we're going to be doing ramparts a lot. So we could pick that up very easily and switch that out for tanking even above our Warden staff. Because it's only got, well, it's got 260 armor, which is still really good. But we could replace that with, you know, just a few items. And then Blood Furnace. I mean, that right there would be a straight up upgrade of what we're using right now. Healing Pants. A healing Trinket. It's just a straight up upgrade of our shoulder right there. And these are all just like level, yeah, see, like that would be perfect for like 2 quick runs there. And we'll be doing those quite a bit also because you can
strength. Dabu, go forth to victory.
all right. Let's see. While I do possess such knowledge about the Albeast you defeated Winterspring, I'm not very learned on the subject of magics they wield, but I do believe I know one that may be able to examine the necklace and most likely tell you what it is. Go to Thunder Bluff.
Go.
All right.
Go forth.
Okay, so this is like another little breadcrumb quest. So we'll go down to Thunder Bluff. Just working on that rep. Thunder Bluff. Yeah, I think that's going to be our quickest way to get there. Excuse me. Yeah, so either one of these I would be absolutely tickled pink to get. And then Shattered Halls is you have to make a key to get into Shattered Halls before you can even start going in here because it's level 68 and up. So. Oh, that's only on a heroic. Dodge, that'd be pretty nice. Mana Tombs. Slave Pens is what we're probably going to start doing pretty early. But I think we'll definitely have to do... I would love that. We'll definitely have to do at least a few runs to get some gear out of ramps and Blood Furnace. But you start getting... So in Slave Pens, I think you get Cenarian Expedition ramp. And in the Underbog, I can't remember. We'll play around with it. And then, of course, Steam Vaults, that's a higher level also. But you can get rep in Steam Vaults all the way to Revered. So. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to decide what would be really good. I mean, that would be really good. Well, I mean, it doesn't really help our block because we don't have a shield. But... Is that the only leather? Is our Moonglade? Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Hit attack power. I would take that. That wouldn't be horrible. I mean, strength and stamina, and the rest is just kind of gravy, so. Yeah, that's pretty nice. But honestly, the Wolf's Head Helm is still considered best in slot, just for the bonus to energy and bear form that you get. Like nothing really replaces that. They don't make an upgraded version of that, which is very surprising. Like I figured that even if the energy and rage that you get, like I figured they would make an upgraded version of that, but they never did. Yeah, we do have a lot of options. And these are all just like the normal versions. You know, when we start doing like Badge of Justice, do we have uh yeah, there's a vendor that once you kind of start doing heroics, um here I'll show you. When you start doing heroics, they can all start dropping badges of justice. So you can only do one heroic of a dungeon a day. So, however, there's 1, 2, 3, 12, 13. So, of course, Magister's Terrace is not available yet. So you can get like a bunch of badges of justice, like 3 or 4 out of each one, um, per day. So you can just group up and say, hey, we're going to do all of the heroics. And you get so good at them that they only take about maybe 10 or 15 minutes per run. Where are we going here? Yeah, okay. And so then you can eventually go to that vendor and buy purples. And I mean, some of them are only like 20 badges, so it's very easy to accumulate that gear. Within just a couple of weeks, you can have like a pretty well kitted out um, character. So there's a lot of different options that you can do. So like if you can't get into raiding to get those best in slot items,
Walk with the Earth Mother.
the energy of this necklace, I believe it has only one source. The Wildkin, now misguided and confused, were once not so. They once had a purpose and were guided to serve. The night elf goddess Elune created these creatures to guard her most sacred areas. While this fact may seem like it holds little value, I urge you to look deeper. You will learn in time. Thank you for bringing this to me.
We shall meet again.
And that's it. I think if you're an alliance that goes somewhere, you know, into a another quest. All right. Okay, so we can do 2 turn-ins here.
I've been expecting you. Ancestors watch over.
So we don't get experience anymore, but we do get Thunderbluff rep, which is
You
nice.
wish to speak? May the eternal sun shine upon you.
There we go. All right, so let's make some space and see what we got. Oh, somebody's buying my elixirs of demon slaying. So those are going for... I think I put them in for 2 gold apiece. Let's see. Demon slaying. So Grom's blood is 9 silver a pop. And Ghost Mushroom is 61. And these sell... Oh, so they're going for a gold a piece. But you could still make a profit. I mean, you'd still be making like almost 30 silver to sell those. And I mean, say what you want, but 30 silver is still 30 silver. If you sell 20 of those, I mean, that's several gold.
The winds guide you.
Nope, nope, don't. I need that. Let's sell that. I've got too much stuff in my inventory. We'll sell that. Just get rid of those. Yeah, this ice cap still sells for quite a bit.
May the eternal sun shine upon thee. Looking for something special?
All right, what do we have that we can throw in the auction house? Wicked Claws. And these bear flanks sell really good because there's a new recipe that you can get to get like the last 15 points of cooking without having to fish. So that's why a lot of people like those. Oh, those giant eggs. So those ice caps. All right. Yeah, I've got so much just crap. Need to switch out. I'll sell these. Let somebody get some use out of them.
Go in peace.
All right, so that's about 50 minutes. Yeah, so we've already gotten over 500 gold, so we're doing really good. We're about... I would like to get up to at least 600 before I went down to actually buy a mount, the Swift mount, because I don't want to like go all the way down there and then have to come back out. Let's see. Now what? Oh yeah, we need to go over and turn egg collecting in. Excuse me. Yeah, alright, so I'll do that. Hold on, I'll show the end of that one. Hold on. Whoop. Actually, before we go, let's see what was in our Cenarian Circle cache. Alright, so we got a Greater Intellect Potion, some more Superior Health Potions, and some Frost Oil. That's actually pretty nice. Another Demon Slaying Potion, some more Healing Pots, some Scrolls. Yeah, I mean, those are definitely, it's definitely worth doing to do, to get that queued up. Alright, so we'll go over to Kargath and then down to Tiki. Hold on. Alright, let's get this turned in with Tiki.
Money, friend. Be good.
Alright, so we'll get some more things out of our bags.
Glad I could help.
Alright, honored with Gadget, Zan, and Ratchet. Alright. Alright, Leonid Bartholomew.
Pleasure doing business with ya.
I received a message from my master, Vectus. Well, the message wasn't really from Vectus. It was from someone named Leonid Bartholomew. I don't know Leonid, but I knew him, but he knew my master, and no one knows my master unless he allows it. Leonid said Vectus wants the dragon eggs. He wants you to deliver them to him at Lights Hope Chapel. That hurts. Why you? Doesn't Victus trust me? Oh, never mind. Just take the eggs and tell Leonid that I did what our master commanded.
Keep it real.
Alright, so that's another 4 gold. I don't have the flight point there
Blood
yet.
and thunder.
Unfortunately, there is not a... Probably the fastest way is go to Terran Mill and go up the river. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to hike across the Plague Lands to get Lights Hope Chapel flight point. And I'll see you guys there because I want to finish this quest line. All right, hold on. Well, we're over here at Lights Hope Chapel, and High Lord Cruel and Hand of the High Lord are over here. Yeah. It's not looking good for them.
What can I do for you? See you around. Safe travels. Have a good one. See you later.
No. I am, well, I don't know why the Argent Dawn are not fighting some of these, but whatever.
Need help?
All right, we're going to turn in Duke Nicholas Zverahoff.
Honored friend. For the Alliance.
Get that out of our quest log, and we can pick up the Archivist to go into Strathholme.
The Alliance.
And then I also did Uncle Carlin. Stopped and got little Pamela's
See you later.
um,
Have a good one.
doll for her.
Good day to you. Off and away.
Pick up plague samples from Strathholme.
Very well then.
Plagued hatchlings from Scholomance, which we've seen that. Right. Leonid Bartholomew.
What is it? Watch your back. Power time.
Very good. You do not know the evil power for whom you have labored, but now you will know the truth. And fear not, I am no servant of that master. I am Leonid Bartholomew, known as the Reverend to my brethren at the Argent Dawn. I tricked Tinky into sending you and the dragon eggs to me, and it was good that my trick was successful. For had these eggs reached their intended destination, a great power would have fallen into the hands of the enemy.
Remember.
All right, Bettina Bigglesink. The eggs you brought were to be used in Scourge experiments to create a plagued dragonflight. These frozen black dragon eggs would have been invaluable to their studies and have been assuredly quickened their timetable. Now it is time we ended the research. Take the frozen eggs to Bettina Bigglesink outside. She is well learned in science and alchemy and has produced a weapon can use against the scourge. And then we're going to pick up Houses of the Holy as well.
Trust no one.
Ooh.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't do any of that yet.
Pleased to meet you. You have a great day now.
Ah, I heard you were here with some dragon eggs. Well, let's see them.
Very good.
There they are in such a good, nice container, the perfect size. We'll keep these eggs in a safe place so we can study them later, but right now we need that thing you brought them in. Create a device with a very specific use to destroy the undead scholars of the Scholomance. They're studying dragons in their efforts to create a plague dragonflight, and they must halt their progress. I call the device Dawn's Gambit because, well, I'm not sure if it works.
See seeing you.
Alright, so when we get to the viewing room where all of those students and stuff are, you can cause them to aggro so that you can actually battle them. And we get 11 gold and some really good gear
Very well.
to sell because, yeah. Alright. Thankfully, there is a...
Talk to me.
Yeah, I can't use him yet, but, you know. I can get to the...
What now?
flight path. Alright, so I know that kind of went over a little bit. And there's so many quests over here. So I've got to work on getting some of these quests out of the way. Oh gosh. Can do a plague upon thee while we're up here. Oh, and I need to, yeah, we need to do Western Plague Lands and get some of those out of the way. All along the watchtowers. That'll give us the key to Scholomance, and I would like to get that done and out of the way. Hopefully before the end of pre-patch. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of a break because I got some things I need to do. And I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope you guys are enjoying this trip. It has been an absolute blast, and we're getting geared up and ready for Burning Crusade here in just a couple of weeks. So hope you guys will join me then. All right, thanks for watching.